Our journey is going to begin on October 4th, when Overwatch 2 releases free-to-play. This includes 3 new heroes, 6 new maps, a brand new mode.
Okay, so this is good news. We get 3 new heroes, and they are who you'd expect. We're seeing Sojourn counts as one of those, Junker Queen is another one of those, and then we are looking at an unnamed support who we will expect is going to be Fox Girl there. So maybe by the time this goes live, we'll have all had access to these heroes through betas. Junker Queen should be available on the next beta, which you can sign up for now over at Play Overwatch. But that's fine. It's still more content than we've seen in a while. It's going to be the new maps that we've already seen, plus some that we'll see in this beta, plus maybe Rio, some things like that. Fine. And then the new game mode is push. So might not feel like a ton of new stuff if you've been really close to Overwatch, getting every bit of Overwatch 2 access that you can. But then they do follow that up from there.
Arrive in early December,
where we see, hey, they're going to give us a new tank hero and a new map. They're also going to bring out a new battle pass, and they'll be bringing out a new battle pass every 9 weeks that you can purchase, then earn on, that sort of thing. So, new tank hero beyond Junker Queen that'll be released after Junker Queen and the support, who's probably Fox Girl, as well as a new map here. Cool. And then they follow it up from there where things continue to get interesting, where then for the rest of however long, every 9 weeks, we're supposed to see a new content drop that is either going to get us a new hero or a new map. Here they say or a new game mode, so one of these 3 things each time, but at other places in the video, it looks like they pretty clearly lock this down as new hero or new map, so let's hope that that's going to be the case. And that sounds really cool, right? A new hero or a new map every 9 weeks, that's so much more than we've gotten for Overwatch for so long. And it is, but there's a part of me that says this isn't really more aggressive than the Overwatch schedule was supposed to be, and the Overwatch hero release schedule didn't get stuck to. Because if it's every 9 weeks you get a new hero or a new map after the first 2 cycles where we'll be getting 3 new heroes on release and then we'll be getting a new map and a new hero on the first one, if after that we're looking at every 9 weeks, it's really every 18 weeks for a new hero. And if it's every 18 weeks, we're really looking at every 4.5 months. And if we're really looking at every 4.5 months for a new hero, well, that's putting us in a situation where we're getting less than 3 new heroes per year, as well as getting about less than 3 maps per year there. That's kind of pretty similar to what the Overwatch 1 schedule was supposed to be. They just didn't stick to it. So, I think they're more likely to stick to it this time. Don't get me wrong. I think they're quite a bit more likely to stick to it this time because their model is so heavily tied to this 9 weeks and the battle passes will come out with them and all sorts of things like that. But I think we should be aware this isn't actually a flood necessarily of content compared to what we thought we were going to get. It's maybe not as many new heroes, as much content update as you think, outside of the battle passes, outside of the PVE, that sort of thing. And there is a lot of cool new stuff in here, like weapon charms, like the PVE that we're going to get going into 2023 here. And that actually is good news. There was leaks, news, etc. that they might not be ready in 2023 for PVE. So that they do have that on the timeline for 2023, good news here. But for those of you who want to wrap up with some good news overall, we do have a little bit of that, and that is going to be that we can actually take a quick look and see what is in store here.
Kind of cooking up.
It's a bunch of different reasons why we choose to make a hero. We're trying to follow the narrative, pick the hero that makes sense. Or do we need to create a hero that answers this meta, counter?
Please don't do that ever again. You've tried that with Moira, you tried that with Brig, it was a disaster. That is not the good news. Don't worry, we have good news.
There's a certain strategy that's too strong in a game.
We've got 2 more supports and another tank in just the first couple of seasons. And
so that's great news. So it looks like we're going to get our order where we are getting 2 new tanks. We're getting Junker Queen plus this unnamed tank that'll come out in December there. Junker Queen and the unnamed tank. That we're also going to get Fox Girl between the unnamed tank. At least we expect it'll be Fox Girl. And then we've got an unnamed support that'll come after that. So at least we're looking at 2 new tanks, 2 new supports before we get into the mix of continuing to add DPS and things like that. But what do you guys think? Do you look at this and say, oh yeah, this is good news, I'm really happy about the content drop, the content order here? Or do you look at this and say, wait a second, it's not faster than Overwatch was supposed to be, and with some of that new mode, new map stuff, maybe some of those new maps are going to be PVE and they'll count those and we're not actually going to get very much. What are you guys thinking? In 2023 for PVE, that's great, but it might be later half. 2023 is a big amount of time. It's a year after all. Let me know where you're coming down on this. Were you excited by this? Not excited? In the comments down below. If you're enjoying the content, drop a like, consider subscribing for more Overwatch and Overwatch 2 thought-provoking content, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Temporal out.